Did you enjoy Fall Guys but wondered what it would be like if those little bean boys were blazing through the desert in an insane burnout-style race to the death? Well, now you can experience what no one has ever asked for with Jected Rivals. Dive into the role of this apparently homeless guy as you're thrust directly into the game with no idea how to play, only to be instructed on the fly in a live race. As you tear ass through the desert, you'll learn the ins and outs of going fast and turning in this arcade-style racer with incredible physics that let you rip through destructible material and soar through the air at the mere suggestion of a bump. Your goal is to survive and thrive in one of the handful of competitions like a standard race or a destruction derby, both of which will have you testing the limits of your vehicle's arbitrary health meter and instantly failing when you smash it to bits. But you're not just limited to your rolling metal coffin. At any time you can eject right through the windshield and literally take flight across the racetrack with the benefit of a jetpack, wings, and even magically bouncing yourself up into the sky with a nudge. You'll have to use this to traverse specific gaps, but you can also find shortcuts or just make your own with enough effort. Or you can just slam into the wall and splatter onto the ground so you can get up and jog to the finish line. But if you execute it properly, you'll be leaping out of your car, swooping through the air like a glorious homeless eagle and manifesting a new car back onto the track without sliding out of control and rolling 78 times. You may even get a competition in your battle through the rounds where the only thing you can do is fly around like a regular old person through rings scattered throughout these dusty canyons. Or one where you'll drag race down a strip to a brick wall where you can launch yourself into a controlled faceplant as far as you possibly can to victory. All of this slightly organized pandemonium will take the starting collection of 18 people and slowly whittle it down to one winner. As long as you stay away from the bottom handful of participants, you won't be ejected, and you may have a chance to potentially become the singular winner and experience this not at all awkward and long cutscene where you just move around smiling. Jected Rivals. The excitement of racing, crashing, flying, and continuous failure all in one free-to-play package. Early access and free-to-play are both qualities that give a lot of leeway in how a game is perceived. It's kind of like padding, where a game can be released and charge money for microtransactions and still have the wiggle room with critics and players to say, well, at least it's free, or at least it's not the full release. However, it's a bit weird to have a game out there from a pretty significant publisher released in this state. There aren't a ton of bugs or anything outside of weird physics, but there's just not a lot to do. Unless you're spending money on the starter pack or supporter pack, you only have 2 characters and a whole 3 cars to work with in the game. The cars apparently have different stats, but they aren't displayed anywhere. There aren't even any earned or paid for cosmetics available to customize either of these. In fact, you don't seem to have any sort of progression or stat tracking of any sort whether you win or lose. That's a weird place to be for any game, especially one that's free to play. But having a game that conceptually and in practice has some pretty cool moments and fits in the somehow still popular Battle Royale system without just being another clone has a lot of potential. The only thing missing is content. So because we have a game that's mechanically good with the bad of having so little content, it's getting the abbreviated score of OK. If you'd like to see more hot takes, warm satire, and tepid commentary about video games, make sure to like this video and check out my other abbreviated reviews.